Linker Hetzer und bezahlter Staatspropagandist Elmar Thevessen wird bald vielleicht sein Visum in Amerika verlieren. Und was ich darauf zu sagen habe ist, fuck Elmar Thevessen. Fuck that prick. Really. Echt. He's gotta go. So, one of our great journalists, so to speak, here in Germany, who is basically a state-paid propagandist because he works for state-paid television that we are forced to pay for at the point of a gun here in this basically already totalitarian country. It's not really a democracy. It's more totalitarian than it is democracy, I would say, simply because the politicians are basically making policies that are against the will of the people on all fronts. And Elmar Thevessen is the state propagandist that they like to call journalists. That America has decided, or they're deciding right now, that maybe they'll just take his visa away. And boy, I hope they do. And I think they probably will. And the reason why is because he got on German television and reported that basically he was trying to downplay Charlie Kirk's murder, like basically the same thing as all the leftists do. Is they're trying to say they're relativizing it. They're like, well, you know, he kind of deserved it because, in Elmar Thevessen's words, Charlie Kirk wanted gay people stoned to death, which is absolute bullshit, right? Absolute bullshit. Completely ridiculous, right? Completely ridiculous. And a slap in the face to his grieving wife and little children. The only thing Charlie Kirk did was go to these left-wing nutjob colleges and try to engage in debate and discussion with these people. And as a matter of fact, he was extremely effective. He turned more of these college kids into conservatives when they were leftists than probably anybody else. He helped majorly in getting Donald Trump elected, which was probably a sin for the German so-called journalist Elmar Thevessen. You know, Elmar Thevessen is this arrogant fucking cocksucker that gets on German TV and says Donald Trump is a fascist and calls Charlie Kirk a gay-hating, homophobic fucking, wants to fucking stone gay people. And now the Rick Grinnell, which used to be the ambassador to Germany for the States, he said, all right, well, just like we have done with some of the college kids that are from other countries that are disparaging our country, we're going to go ahead and try to move to get Elmar Thevessen's visa revoked, and he can do his bullshit state propaganda fucking somewhere else. And good riddance. Look, let me tell y'all something. I am not for any infringement on free speech, right? If this was any other situation, right, I would say, look, Elmar Thevessen has the right to his opinion. I've been fighting for people's free speech, for a long time. I think everybody should have absolute free speech. If actions follow from somebody's speech, the actions and the consequences go to the person that took the action, not the person that said the thing. That's insane, right? But I've got to say, this leftism, it's like a sickness. These people are overgrown children that let their emotions run their lives. And I got to say, I don't really give a shit if their rights are fucking infringed on anymore, right? Why should I fight for the right for somebody to speak if they would never do the same for me? Because Elmar Thevessen is one of those leftist cocksuckers that would gladly have me arrested for saying things that I say, that would gladly have thrown me in jail because I didn't want to get vaccinated, or because I'm a Trump supporter. He would gladly use the arm of the law against me and people like me at any chance he gets. Luckily, he's not in a position of political power. He's just some loser who pretends to be a fucking journalist and has gotten away with it all this time because the Germans aren't going to do anything about the guy. But America obviously isn't going to have that shit. So I really hope they follow through and take away this guy's visa and send him the fuck out of the country. That's it. No more coming to America, spreading your vicious, hateful, fucking leftist ideological bullshit. How's that? That's what we need to see. We need to see a full-blown attack. Legally, verbally, all by law, and on this leftist ideology. We need to get it out of our lives, out of our politics, out of our systems of government, out of our judicial systems. It's got to go. It's a dangerous, crazy, lunatic ideology. And all that shit has to go. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. These people would never ever fight for our free speech or our rights. They don't give a fuck about any of us. And they've made it absolutely clear. Look at all the people online celebrating happily that Charlie Kirk was murdered in front of his 2 little children and his wife and 3,000 other people that he was influencing, right? That he was just sitting there having a fucking conversation with. And he gets his fucking head blown off in front of everybody. And there's people on the left jumping up and down saying, yeah, he deserved it. Awesome. Hey, you know what? Fuck those people. If Donald Trump and his administration is going to start misusing the law, I'm not really for that, you know? But on the other hand, I don't really care if it's on these leftists, right? I've said it before. I'm done fighting for leftists, for their rights and their freedom of speech. Fuck them. They wouldn't do the same for me. Fuck Elmar Thevessen. Go ahead, kick him out. Now, let me tell you something, full disclosure. I am not an American, right? I was born in Holland. I grew up in America since I was 2, okay? So I have a visa to America. And I've said some critical things about Israel and the Trump administration, even though I'm pro-Trump. The Trump administration is apparently not so wow about people criticizing Israel. And they're using the law to deport visa holders, legal visa holders, for having criticized Israel. I'm totally against that. I think that's insane. I think that's going too far, right? I think that's going too far. But let me tell you, if they're going to infringe my rights, right, because I'm critical of Israel, if they're going to do that, if I'm a target of this revoking visa shit, which I might be, I don't think I'm big enough to really hit their radar, so I'm lucky that way, right? But hey, if they're going to use it against me, then fucking at least give me the courtesy of using it against these leftist morons like Elmar Thevessen and this other bitch. I don't know, Hayai, some bitch from German TV. She might also get her visa pulled. So good. That's what we need to do. Our side needs to start taking a little bit more extreme steps to show the left that they have reached their fucking line in the sand. It's over. We are done. We've tried to do it politically. We've tried to vote for other people. We've tried to get other policies in there. It's just not working. The left is still dominating institutions, politics, etc. The woke shit is getting too crazy. And it's time for the right. And thank God for Donald Trump, man. You know what I mean? Because he might be doing some things I don't agree with, but overall, he's doing pretty good. Overall, he's still the best president I've ever seen in my life, and I'm almost 50, right? And he's still the best president I've ever seen, overall. Now, the bar isn't that high, because all the other presidents were pretty shit, okay? So, the bar isn't that high, I'll be honest about that. But, hey, as long as he's still the best president I've ever seen, I'm on his side, even if he does some things I don't agree with. And it's, hopefully, they are going to start taking a little bit more hardcore extreme stance against this leftism shit, because really it is an ideology that's very, very dangerous, right? It's very dangerous, and because their policies are completely insane, right? None of their policies are things that any regular person ever wants. You know, if they went back to the days of, well, free healthcare for everybody, I think that's all right. I can go with that. Free healthcare. Sure, it's not free. We should pay for it with our tax money, but maybe we should stop giving money to Ukraine and fucking Israel and all these other wars and foreign aid and blah, 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 and use that money to pay for our healthcare in our countries. I'd be for that. That used to be a leftist position or a liberal position, right? And these people have hijacked the word liberal. They're not liberals. They're leftists. They're leftist lunatics. They are lunatics captured by an ideology that plays on their emotions only, and they react like overgrown children to everything, and they need to be treated like that, right? Children also don't have the same rights as adults, right? Because the parents are the boss at the house. So kids don't have freedom of speech or freedom of movement or freedom of religion. They don't have any of that shit. And that's what we need to do with the left, just like Elmar Thevessen. Elmar Thevessen has to be taught a lesson like a little child. He's going to be put on timeout. His ass going to be put on a fucking plane, and it's going to be like, get the fuck out. You're not welcome here. You are persona non grata in America because of your leftist propaganda, state propaganda, idiocy. And that we're not having. So I hope America keeps to that. I hope they follow Rick Grinnell's push to revoke Thevessen's visa. I think they're probably going to do it. And I will then get on camera and cheer because he's not dead, right? So I can cheer about that. He's not dead. But he's going to lose his position in America. And he's not going to be able to spew nonsense propaganda about Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, or anything else in his biased state propaganda media way to the German public anymore. So we've taken out then a very important key to propagandizing German citizens who still watch the mainstream media and think that this dude is an actual journalist, which he absolutely is not, right? We're going to get rid of him. And that's exactly what I want. That's exactly, I love it. Love it. Love it. Take that shit away. And whatever Halali or Halai or whatever the fuck her fucking name is, take her shit too. I don't even know what she said. I don't care. She's a leftist. Get rid of her. That's enough for me. You're a leftist moron? Fuck your rights. Fuck your freedom of speech. Fuck your freedom of journalism. You don't have those freedoms because you're a leftist moron. And that's it. I don't care. And I know there's going to be people say, well, be careful, and they're going to use that against you later. Yeah, look, they already have. The left weaponizes the law against regular citizens on a regular basis in every one of these Western countries where they rule. They go after people's free speech. They hate speech and blah, blah, blah. They go after people's rights. They weaponize the law against them, and especially against their political opponents, right? So they're going to do that anyway. My idea is to keep them away from power forever, right? And I don't really care how we have to do it. To be honest, I've had it with these people. I've fucking had it, right? I've tried to stay neutral and balanced, say, look, everybody has the right to think what they want and say what they want and blah, blah. But no, fuck those people. If they don't fight for me, I'm not fighting for them, and they kiss my ass. So bye-bye, Elmar Thevessen. I don't give a fuck. It's going to be glorious, guys. It's going to be great if he gets his fucking visa revoked. That's going to be a day of celebration because every one of these leftists we take out, the better off we are. They need to be put in the corner like the fucking overgrown adolescents that they really are, right? They need to be put in the corner and they need to be taught a lesson. It's time to fight fire with fire, people. And this is the start of it. So let's go. Let's go. I fully support Elmar Propagandist Thevessen's fucking visa being revoked, people. Let's wait and see if it happens. It's going to be great if it does. All right, guys, that's all I got for you for today. So take it easy. Fingers crossed that the Trump administration goes through with this and actually takes away this guy's visa. It's going to be amazing. All right, take it easy, guys.